everybody. Happy Thursday. It's May 21st, 2020, and hope you are loving Jack and Annie's adventure into the ocean. And Jack, remember, has just hit the button that shows the ship's log on it. So we'll see what happens now that we have pushed the next button. All right, so remember you're going to do your writing today, and before you do your writing, I want you to think about and share with somebody in your family. Think about some of the animals that Jack and Annie saw while they were in the coral reef. That can help your memory start to go, so you can do some great writing. And think about making some of the most beautiful details in your picture, some of the things that Jack and Annie described that they saw while they were there. All right, and I also want you to share the news. Let's practice another compliment today. And I want you to tell somebody in your house, it's so much fun when and share with them something that you really enjoy doing with them, something you have fun when you do together. All right, so make sure you have the tools that you need. You have your dry erase surface, you have your marker, you have your sock, and I have a word problem for you today. And it talks about some of the fish that I'm going to share in the informational text that I read you today. And these are anglerfish. And that anglerfish is the one that has the light that dangles in front, that tries to make its prey really excited and bring it close so it can take a big bite. So I want you to think about one anglerfish eats 3 small fish in one bite, in one gulp. 3 little fish. How many gulps would it take the anglerfish to eat 6 fish? If he can eat 3 fish in one gulp, how many gulps will it take him to eat 6 fish? All right, so first I'm going to draw what I know. I'm going to draw my anglerfish. And he's going to have big, scary teeth. And he's going to have that light coming from his head. And he is going to be eating in one gulp. He's going to eat 3 fish, right? That's one gulp. He eats 3 fish. But we want to find out how many gulps it will take for him to eat 6 fish. So let's see. I need to have 6 fish in my picture that he eats. How many do I have so far? 1, 2, 3. So I need to keep making fish until I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's the 6 fish that my anglerfish gets to eat. He eats 3 fish in one gulp. Oh, and look, here's another 3 fish. So how many gulps does it take the anglerfish to eat 6 of those little ones? How many gulps? 1 gulp for 3, 2 gulps for 6. So let's go ahead and write a number sentence that matches. 3 little fish in one gulp plus 3 little fish in the next gulp equals 6 fish all together, right? So here's our number bond. The anglerfish eats 6 fish. And the 2 parts, 2 gulps, each have 3 fish in it. So if that anglerfish is going to eat 6 fish, he needs 2 gulps. Nice job. That's a tricky one. Nice job. All right. My message today is from Guinness. It has a little paw print. There it is. There's the paw print. Today I'm going to write it without lines. Okay? Annie likes being inside the mini sub. You're going to be so proud of Guinness. Look at this. This is his message today. Look at that. He's dropped his lines. Annie likes being inside the mini sub. And look at what he did here. He remembered his end mark. Good. All right, so there's a couple of things that need fixing. 2 word patterns need fixing, and everything else looks good for Mr. Guinness here. 2 word patterns. Likes. So you need Ike, like bike. How are you going to fix it? What are we going to put in there? Good. We need an E after the K. Likes. Good. Being inside. I'd like slide. So I need I-D-E at the end. Good work. And that is Guinness's work for the day. Nice job, you guys. You guys are getting so good at decoding these secret messages, and now you're helping Guinness learn and fix his work too. He's doing really well with his memory bank words. How are you doing with your memory bank words? I might have a little game that I'm going to share with your families on how to play the memory bank game. It's kind of a fun game, and it helps you practice those memory bank words that help you with your reading and your writing. All right, so get cozy. I have kind of a spooky story for you today. Some of the things that live in the bottom of the ocean are not very fun to look at. Now, remember that you can only go to the bottom of the ocean when you have special things to get you down there because of the water pressure, right? Kind of like going to the moon and needing to have your space suit. So here is a creature of the deep. And this is one of those anglerfish that we were just talking about. Look at those big spiky teeth, and look at that little light that he has above his head. All right. So the creatures of the deep. And here are some of the creatures that live down in the deep. Look at that eel. Look at that squid. Yeah. Woof. So, this is the 10th most ugliest animal, and it's called the blobfish. And this is a blobfish right here. It lives off the shores of southeastern Australia and New Zealand. It can weigh up to 21 pounds. And it's about 12 inches long, so it's like the size of the ruler that we used when we were doing our measuring. Sink or swim, or just float. The blobfish's soggy, droopy body means it doesn't have much muscle, which means it can't swim very fast to catch prey. So the blobfish simply floats above the seafloor and eats anything that comes near it. He's not picky. Toxic terror. This is the blue-ringed octopus. He's toxic, and toxic means kind of like poison, because the blue-ringed octopus produces a poison that could even kill a human. Wow. And it lives around Australia and Southeast Asia. This is a silent assassin, the cone snail. It is also toxic. It produces a poison. Wow, and take a look at how it eats its fish. So out comes its tongue, grabs onto the fish, and then its body comes out, its mouth comes out, and grabs onto it and pulls it inside. Wow. This one lives in the Indian and Pacific Oceans where Jack and Annie are, and the Caribbean and Red Seas. Here is the angry snapper, the the sarcastic fringehead. And he lives in the Pacific Ocean from California to Mexico. What this strangely named creature with a stretchy mouth is called the he's named because he can tear apart flesh. He lives alone. Danger in the dark. Here is our anglerfish, and he can weigh up to 110 pounds. He lives in the Atlantic and the Antarctic Ocean. He lives in the dark. And the cool thing about him is that light attracts fish or things that are swimming in the bottom, because things like that are very curious about the light. And when they get close to the light, they get to open up and take a great big bite of whatever is swimming near them. There's a moray eel. They like to hide in the rocks. They are pure muscle. The moray eel is no ordinary wiggler. It has 2 sets of jaws, each with its own set of teeth. Wow. Those are scary looking too. Acting on impulse, the goblin shark. Goblin shark can be anywhere from 10 to 13 feet long and weigh 460 pounds. Take a look. It kind of like has a saw on its face. Here is the giant squid, and look how big it is next to that whale. No one has ever seen a fight between a sperm whale and a giant squid. We know it only happens because the beaks of giant squids have been found in the stomachs of dead sperm whales. And we know that these 2 animals must have violent battles because sperm whales are often covered with sucker marks and bite wounds from the giant squid. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to share is the killer whale. The orca, the lord of the ocean. And they love to eat seals, polar bears, anything big enough to have a really good, yummy meal. All right, everybody, that was kind of my scary story from Creatures of the Deep. There are some scary looking creatures that live down there. But swimming in the water where we are, we can't get down that deep. So we're pretty safe up here. All right, my friends, you go and have a great day, and I'll get to share the next 2 chapters in Jack and Annie with you tomorrow. All right, and have a wonderful afternoon. Have some fun outside, and I'll get to see you all tomorrow. Love you lots. Bye for now.